Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I've been loving filming outside, so I thought I would keep it up for this video. I kind of took a little break last week because my mom actually came to town. She lives in Montana and I haven't seen her since the beginning of the year. So we were very excited to see her and hang out. The nice thing is Montana has barely any cases of COVID. So we were pretty lucky knowing that she could travel safely and be safe with us. So very blessed that we got to see her and hang out, and we had amazing weather. So it was really hard for me to take a break and film, so I decided just to take a week off. So I'm back, and hello! Today we're gonna go through my June wrap-up. So let's get my car pile out. In June I read 12 books. 12 has been the minimum that I've read in a month, and I haven't read, so 12 is what I read in March too, so pretty good. I felt, and maybe it's because I did read some big books, I felt like I wasn't reading a whole lot, but then after I looked through, I was like, I did pretty good. For the number of pages, I read 4,447, so pretty good. Down, probably average, except for a couple spikes. And so what I do in my wrap-up videos is I just go through those stats. I'm hearing weird noises. I go through those stats, and then I give you my like 2 and 3, maybe 4-star books, depending on how many 4 or 5-star books I had during the month. And then I do a second video with my June favorites. So that will be coming at the end of this week. The first 3-star book I had was Now Entering Adamsville by Francesca Zappia. I listened to this one. I loved Eliza and her monsters so much. So I feel like I just struggled with this one. And not that it was bad. I don't think it was bad. Like, I just really wanted like the same intensity and feels that I got from Eliza. And this was a very different story. It was interesting kind of on that mystery horror aspect, but it was generally good. I just wasn't invested in it. The next one was Reborn Yesterday. And so I also gave that one 3 stars. This one was such a jarring transfer. So I was reading a adult fantasy and then went to this vampire romance, and holy man, was I like shocked. Like, just the writing was so different, the story was so different, and I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be funny or serious. I enjoyed it. I got all the way through it. There was a couple times that I was like, should I DNF this? But then I was a little bit interested to figure out the story, so I didn't. And I ended up, I enjoyed it. It was 3 stars. It was everything that you thought it would be for a vampire story. I mean, very predictable. I honestly think it would be so much fun to have either Garen or Gavin, so Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin, or Garen from Reads Guaranteed, to like vlog them reading this one, because I think it would just be hilarious to get like their inside thoughts as they were going through it, because there were some things going through my head that were pretty darn funny, and those two are just so hilarious. I am having the weirdest sense of deja vu right now. Like, I swear to you that I filmed this video, but I haven't. So I don't know what's going on in my mind. But anyway, I'm gonna go through my 4-star reviews, because I did have quite a few 5-star reviews. So I'm gonna save all the 5 stars for my favorites, but let's hit up some 4 stars. The first 4-star was You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. I listened to this one, it was on Scribd. I am really trying to diversify my reading, and I thought this one was great. It was a fun, quirky, kind of predictable story, but I still really enjoyed it. I mean, there's tropes that you just like, you know, the underdog making it. Like, it's a trope, it's a thing that a lot of stories do, but we still like it, and we still, you know, love to see how the story still unravels. So I thought it was really cute. I think I listened to all of that one day while I was working, so it was an easy, quick, contemporary that I think still hit some really poignant points. Like, it talked about racism, it talked about homosexuality, I'm trying to think about it. It's been a while. So it still hit on like it talked about bullying and just the need for popularity and leaving your friends in the dust and stuff like that. So it hit on all of these great topics and wrapped them up really well, and I thought it was just a great story. The next one was Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. Avedo? Oh. You know who I'm talking about. I think it's Avedo. I feel like I spelled it wrong on my sheet, but I really enjoyed With the Fire on High, so I was super excited for this story, and I thought it was such an interesting story with two essentially half-sisters that didn't really know about each other, one living in the Dominican Republic, barely making it, really having to strive for herself. Her father shows up every once in a while with money and spends time with them, but she has to like make it on her own and really do well in school and really wants to get out of the culture she's in. And then there's her sister who has her father at home, who is pushing her and maybe doesn't understand exactly who she is or what she wants to do, doesn't take the time to necessarily listen to her, and he dies on an airplane. And the sister in the Dominican Republic, her mother has passed away, but the other mother is alive, and I cannot imagine dealing with what it might feel like to find out that your husband has an entire family that you didn't know about. Oh, but it was so good. You know, lots of talks of, you know, growing up black in two different cultures, growing up in a lower income country. Yeah, it was just so good. Lots and lots of goodness. So I really enjoyed that. Definitely recommend it. And I listened to the audiobook for that one, so super good. The next 4-star was 8 Perfect Murders. I think Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte had mentioned this one, so I was really intrigued. And I got it on Hoopla, so I listened to the audiobook. I think I was driving somewhere or something, so I had like some good time to listen to it. And I thought it was just so interesting how it wove together and characters kind of came in, and I don't want to spoil anything for you because it's better just not to know what's going to happen, but I thought it was a really good thriller. I thought it was really interesting. I love the references to like other mystery books, and the bookstore itself and the cat. So definitely enjoyed that one. If you're looking for a good thriller, that one put on your list. And I think I gave that one 4 stars. And then my last 4-star was The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Grady Hendrix is amazing. He's so funny. And going back into like the 90s, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. So I really thought this was a fun book. I gave it 4 stars just because I felt it was a little holy in some situations. And I don't, again, want to like, you know, destroy it for you. But essentially, Patricia is in a book club and it sucks. They're pretending to read these amazing works of art that nobody really reads. They're not interested. So some of the other ladies get together and they start like a murder book or thriller book club. And the chapters of the book are actually titled the books that they read, like The Bridges of Madison County. In that time, a man comes to town and there's just a lot of mystery about him. Things he's saying don't add up, and Patricia starts to think that something's going on. So she tries to get the girls of the book club to, you know, get involved with figuring out what's going on with this guy, and it goes from there. So super fun. I kind of listened to some audio and read. Great book. If you like anything Grady Hendrix writes, like Horror Store, My Best Friend's Exorcism, you're totally gonna love this one too. So those are all of my 2, 3, and 4-star reads that I read in June. The video on Saturday is going to be my 5-star reads, as well as some of my other favorites for the month. I would love it if you subscribe below and become part of the Priory, and I will see you guys in the next video.